Up Daddy, Down Daddy. A father's bipolar illness is seen through the eyes of a young girl determined to bring back her regular daddy, as opposed to her up or down daddy, will interest anyone who has ever loved an ill family member. Parallel to this story is that of the Boston Red Sox and their own manic depressive history. This is the story of redemption. Marlene becomes a writer because it is the only way I know to keep a voice alive.
She did a signing yesterday, and today she's doing a reading. We're all excited. Look at this funky outfit. Ooh, look at that.
Funky.
With the orange/red sandals and stripes here, and look at the bracelet on the left-hand side. Nice asymmetry. The watch on the right-hand side, and even the earrings. Look at that. Okay, sweetie, we're ready to go.
Okay, I have to look at my hair. So let me tell you just a little bit about the book, so you can read for yourself what it's about. But Up Daddy, Down Daddy was many years in the making. It was a short story about a dozen years ago, and it stayed that way until 2 years ago. Until enough people said to me, this is not a short story, this is a novel. Got some wonderful feedback from writers and friends along the way. Many of whom were in the room. And I want to say first off, if Barron has sold my book for me. She did an extraordinary job in the cover and deserves extra kudos for that. I want to thank all my friends and family for being here, former students of mine, colleagues that I haven't seen in a long time for coming. I once had the pleasure of studying with Bernard Maimonides, and I had written a long piece of fiction, and he was going through it, and mostly his critiques consisted of, yeah, you can do better. And I'd say, character, plot, scenery, dialogue, better. It's better. Those are better. And then, as opposed to the other writers you studied with which would find all kinds of ways that you could do better. And finally, he said to me one day, he was going through some dialogue, and he said, oh, horrible line. No good. Don't like that. And I said, oh, no, but the people really said it that way. That's a real line. And he said, my dear, truth is the worst excuse for fiction. And so I want you to know there's a wonderful respite here. In order to jive, you know those books that you read, in order to project the incredibly guilty names and faces have been changed and scenery have been changed. The one thing I do is age myself up. And that should be a real treat for all the people I've been lying to all these years. What you have here is a little bit of a play within a play. And that is you have, from a 5-year-old's perspective, what I didn't know and never knew, and the word wasn't invented in the 50s, was I had an up daddy and a down daddy. And I was trying to roll them all into one regular daddy. From age 5 to age 13, quite like Sisyphus rolling the rock up the hill. And in making it stand in greater relief was a parallel story of Jimmy Pearsall, a famous Red Sox player, who happened to be my next door neighbor, who was also an up and a down daddy in his own right. I called him Home Jimmy and Away Jimmy. Away Jimmy is bloodying the shirts of people he's playing with, acting out crazy, and when he finally had a breakdown and got out, he said going crazy was the best thing I ever did, because he went on to fashion a 17-year career after that. So really just the full story is of my dad and my quest to relatives, friends, family, everywhere to put my dad, looking for clues to put my dad together. Casting insults and firing orders next door. Saturday, please, grab me that dolly now. Or would you rather see me put an end to my career by dragging the darn thing myself? Sunday, do I look like a freaking moving van? I'm Charles Eccles, ain't I? I'll be damned. All the while I've been thinking I was James Anthony Pearsall. Monday, so now you're stupid on top of hard of hearing? Tuesday. Am I talking to myself out here? Wednesday. Hey, who took my little girls? Round up my little darlings this minute, or I'll huff and I'll puff and I'll blow my house in. By Thursday morning, I just gotta get a gander of Peterson up close. I'm going out, I announced. I just plop down in the front yard, finger comb the grass, rip out dandelions, and peek over at Mr. Loud Red Sox standing in the middle of his lawn. He doesn't look tall, but he does look pretty handsome. His long, thick eyebrows make the big letter V over his eyes, and I'm too far away to see what color they are, but it's that chin, long and low and V, that really makes the face. Pearsall catches me staring at him from his front lawn. Hey you, I charge most people to look at me. I hang my head, keep it bowed until he pipes up. So what about you? You do any babysitting? Never. I would soon turn 13 and figured, well, maybe. Babysitting? Oh yeah, I answered. Pearsall doesn't look old enough to be anybody's daddy. My own daddy was turning 42 in the fall. With his thick, wavy hair, this guy looks young enough to be daddy's youngest brother. Pearsall shakes his head and starts roaring with laughter. Next time will be your first, huh? I nod. You want to sit my two girls for me, Amy and Deanie, tonight? Could I bring back an old regular daddy? The in-between daddy I had as a little girl? Oh, I loved his daddiness. Back in kindergarten, he scrambled eggs, skipped rope, brought me dollies, raked the lawn, wriggled his big honker, and gave Eskimo kisses to Mom. Or else he'd pinch my own little nose between his thumb and finger, pull back his hand, and then push his thumb between his two fingers. Got it, he'd say. I got your nose. Let me see if I can get a quarter out of your ear, my dear. I went for it every time, feeling for my own nose to make sure it was still attached, seeing how much money was left in my ears. When I saw this plain old daddy last, I don't know. 2nd grade? No, kindergarten. Up daddy was a delicious dreamer. He ordered prefab doghouse. Down daddy never got around to building it, let alone getting us a dog. Up daddy gave me permission to write with a crayon on the bathroom wall. Go ahead, honey, write, save 8 Israel's Jews, win valuable prizes. Good, you are a genius, you are. But when my silent daddy went in to see, he cocked his head in the bluish graffiti, stared, pursed his lips, shook his head, and sounded it out, syllable by syllable, as if it would make more sense, or be in better taste, when he broke it all apart. Thanks, Marlene. That was very well.
Marlene Rosenfield Crawford.
Yay!
Ladies and gentlemen, these in fact are the people of the book. They deserve every award that they receive, and I now